Happy Saturday. It is gorgeous, it is sunny, it is +5. It's a little windy, so hopefully that's not loud. We are wandering around Old Tuxedo. We'll try not to swing the camera around too much, but there are a lot of beautiful homes to look at. Ooh, a little slippery. This one looks to be like all original. And this one has had a little work done. My goodness. So there are a lot of different styles. These guys had a rink at some point. It's melted now. Lower bungalows, or I guess that's maybe like a split level. Assuming that was a full tear down and rebuild. I honestly don't even know what street we're on right now. I don't know if you can see through the window, but it looks like they have the sunken living room. That's just so big. Summer, this is just green, green, green. Don't know how noisy the wind is. Sure, when we turn, it'll quiet down. Old Tuxedo, I think, kind of borders. Whoa. Roblin, Assiniboine Park, Wellington, Keniston maybe is what they consider Old Tuxedo. Tuxedo proper is like all this plus the other side of Roblin, like all the way to Wilkes, which I guess is now Sterling Lion. So Tuxedo itself is huge, but this little section was considered Old Tuxedo. Actually started as the town of Tuxedo, and in 1905, the Tuxedo Park Company, ooh, this is slippery, bought a ton of hectares off of the person who owned all the land, who lived on like Academy, which was in our second last video, Academy in Wellington there. So he bought the land in 1905. There's some very icy spots. He had some big plans. Still don't know what street that was. There's no street sign. So the company, the Tuxedo Park company that bought the land here, were inspired by the Tuxedo Park neighborhood in New York, which was a very wealthy countryside development type neighborhood. And the focus was meant to be on like lush gardens and beauty and lots of greenery, and the idea of like just a beautiful space for your home instead of just a more utilitarian purpose for a home. So they hired a landscape architect named Uthe or Uthet from Montreal, I believe. He was Canadian born, to come and help design the area. And what was cool about him was he got his training from the same group who designed Central Park. So a lot of his influence would be the same as the gentleman who designed Central Park. So right here is Assiniboine Park, which was a couple videos ago. You can see the diversity gardens still in kind of the same state that we saw it in. But this is Park Avenue that we are on right now. Park Avenue North, and all these houses face Assiniboine Park, which is pretty darn nice. So originally, there was not a lot of interest in this neighborhood from any buyers, mostly because Crescent Wood had just sort of quote unquote opened as a neighborhood, and it was much more affordable. And this was right around wartime, so the idea of spending what they wanted people to spend here was not much of a lure. So what they decided to do to draw the wealthiest of the wealthy was insist on some, I guess that might have been Winnipeg's first set of architectural controls. Anybody who's moved into a new home in a new development will know all about those. But they said the frontage needed to be a minimum 2 times wider than any other regular city lot. And the home size had to be at least 2 times bigger than any other regular home in the city, like at minimum. So the expectation was that your lots would be massive, your homes would be massive, and you're gonna wanna live here because of all that. So they kind of did a design that encompassed the park, where the golf course is now, and then this area here. Whoop.
It was one of your previous viewers, I think Dawn, that mentioned that Assiniboine Park is actually bigger
Yes,
than Central
bigger
Park.
than Central Park. So if there's any Winnipeggers that feel oddly drawn to New York, it could be because there's a lot of New Yorkian influences here. So the plan for the neighborhood was done in 1910, and it got the thumbs up from the city of Winnipeg in 1911, and then it got the thumbs up by the legislature, which I don't know why that would come after the city, or I don't understand what that has to do with anything, but I don't know anything about it.
Provincial government, maybe?
Maybe, yeah, 1913, and they started to build the first homes in 1915. So you got the park, and you got your view. Like seriously, this lot is massive. Although I think this, I think there used to be another house on the other side of this. I can't remember.
That's definitely more than double the size.
Oh
of
yeah,
the house.
that's like, yeah. Most places now would cram like 8 houses in here. Those are very old windows too. I wouldn't say it's the most energy efficient home probably.
I love the door styles here.
I know, such like a thick, heavy wood. Like, I would assume all they do with this piece of land is just mow it over and over again. It's just weird, I don't know. I don't think you need that much, especially when you've got this right out your front door. Interesting. Oh, this one's pink. My daughter would love this one. Hey, McKinley would like this one.
Yeah,
Pastel pink.
God, it's like a building.
She would never want anything that big. Girl doesn't clean very much. This one's cute. So this is the first street in the Tuxedo Park neighborhood that had houses built on it. Things started popping up after that on other streets. It was all very heavily forested. Like I don't think the park was as sparse as it is here way back when. I think there might be construction up on Wellington. So we're down on the half where Wellington Crescent runs into the park, whereas our other Wellington video was the Academy Road portion of Wellington. This is, I don't know if that's a rebuild or just renos, but it was probably torn down and rebuilt.
Yeah, I would think so.
I wonder what that costs.
Look at the next house, the chimney stacks.
This,
Massive.
I think, this might be the first house that was built on Park Boulevard. I have to see the address. I think it's the one.
Stories.
Yep. Yeah, 121 Park Boulevard North. This was the very first home built on this street. And it was built in 1915.
Wow.
Pretty stunning. So it was built by a gentleman named Raymond Carey. He was an architect. He actually built or designed the Lindsay building, which we featured in another video earlier in winter. He built the Lindsay building in 1911. He built the Paris building, which is on Portage, just around the corner from the Lindsay building, in 1915. And that same year, they built this. Gosh.
Those chimney stacks are massive. Wow.
Do those windows look like they've been replaced at some point? Yeah,
I think
they're
so,
not
yeah.
wood. But still, holy bananas. So because he was the first house on the street and in the area, he was the one responsible for bringing in power lines and sewer lines. Because when it was built, it was horse and buggy to come in here because they had to come in on mud trails through the forest. So that was his to do, which is kind of, it's a bummer. But when you're the first, you end up dealing with the most costs, I guess. And then Park Boulevard slowly kind of became the street for some prominent Winnipeggers. The original owner of the Hotel Fort Garry had one of these homes. The owner of, I think his name was Fred Shea or Frank Shea, of it's a Winnipeg brewing company. He had a home along here. I think somebody I went to school with had a home along here, and it was funny because their family owns some car dealerships, and we had a project in class, or a question anyway, where we had to say how many rooms were in our homes, and most of us were kind of like, oh, 7, you know. Kitchen, living room, 3 bedrooms and a bathroom, dining room. And he was like, oh, 22. We're like, what? What? What do you need 22 rooms for? It might have actually been 121 if I recall. I'm not sure. My hair keeps blowing in my mouth. I think it's almost time to take the gloves off. Look at these trees, hey?
Beautiful, yeah. Fir trees?
I guess. It's kind of funny. It's like, oh, your giant property with giant trees are blocking your view of the giant park across the street. That's a pretty sweet problem to have.
Yeah.
Did they take down a bunch of trees here? I don't remember being able to see across the river right here.
Because last time they were here was summer, and it was seemed more dense. But all the leaves are gone now, and you can see through all the trees.
But this is wide open. There's not a tree to be seen straight ahead.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh. They got that sewer open, I think. That's nice. So when we were in Assiniboine Park and you could see the main drag out of the park, that becomes Shaftesbury Boulevard, and along there is what is now Tuxedo Golf Course and the Mennonite University, the CMU, which was part of this original Tuxedo Park plan. And they originally had wanted the University of Manitoba, which I think opened like 5 years prior, to be moved over here, or to start up over here in that space. But everybody liked the Fort Garry location too much, so they said no. So the building, if you ever drive by, looks like a big castle, which is now the CMU, was used as a deaf school for the deaf. It was used for military barracks or training. Then it was school for the deaf again. I think it was something after that, a teachers association maybe. And yeah, now it's the university, the CMU. And the golf course is still the golf course. It's been the golf course for decades. And I don't know if we'll get to it, but a few streets up is what is now the Rady Jewish Center, which has school, fitness facility, all sorts of stuff, a little mini campus type thing. That is where was originally an agriculture college way back when this was happening, so like 1915, 1920. They did animal husbandry and things of that nature. But it was only in like the last 20 years ago maybe, when it became the Rady Center, so we may walk past there. Want to go down here or go up one more? Or?
Yeah, sure.
There's something under construction here. I'm going to take my gloves off.
Oh my goodness, is that one house?
Oh, whoa.
Are you okay?
Yeah. That was very close to a wipeout. Ooh, going this way is where all the wind is. That might be two houses, or it's one fence, so maybe it is one house. Apologies for the wind noise. Should get a separate microphone soon. Oh, yep, that's one house.
Is it?
One. That's probably 4 lots. Well, 3 at least. 3 normal lots. Look at their side yard. for a family in Tuxedo. Very cute kids. So we were just on Park and now we're on Lamont, and I think that's the street we started on. This is a redo. And this one's probably been a bit renoed, but I'd say the bones are original. Whoa! If you see the picture go flying, it's because the gimbal's gone out of my hand. Woo. Wow. That's cute. That's kind of like a craftsman style. That style I like a lot.
Yeah, I like it too.
Another bungalow. Yeah, it's not. It doesn't look like it's quite so much work.
It takes up a city block.
I just like, how do you use all that space? You don't. Maybe you do. I don't know. We wouldn't. But they sure are nice to look at. Oh, that's nice. That little swoopy fence bit to the side kind of makes it look like at one point there was like horse stables or something. It's very attractive. Oh my gosh, these guys must get like no sunlight in their front window. Hey, look how dark it seems. I know, it's private. You're definitely tucked away. Ooh, their front steps are made out of tile, I think. So they have a little sign that says slippery. Yup. I'll go this way. Go on the road for a bit. A little less slick. This takes you kind of straight up to like Keniston, Tuxedo Boulevard, Roblin maybe. That's lovely and quite original. So one thing you won't see is any like murals or street art, but what you will see is like the personal purchase. Hello, puppy. The personal purchase of art that then is put sort of on display in front yards, which I appreciate. They don't tuck it away in their basement. Or, no, not their basement, but their backyard. They put it out front for all to see, which is cool. Oh, that's weird. That metal work all the way around. Different. And this is kind of, well, that's a box. There's a few for sale around here. Should check out how much they are when we get home. Oh, a bit of a puddle. Holy moly. Well, I think one bit's a garage.
That was incredible.
Yeah, the bit on the right's a garage. Even still. That's a long house. Oh, they have that metal stuff in the front too. Oh my word, this one's massive. I mean, I guess the one good thing about just the massiveness is the money stayed in Winnipeg. You know, Winnipeg companies, I assume, were paid.
I do like when they stick to the proper
architectural
controls instead of going too.
I like their front porch. Yeah, there are a lot of modern looking ones. I had read that shortly after some of the original homes were built, like a little later, the modernist homes started popping up. And they definitely look different. They're the ones that, you know, compared to the old-fashioned-y looking homes like this one, they're the ones that seem to stick out. But at the time, these probably looked old to people, you know, and those ones were like new current architectural trend, maybe. I don't know. I don't know enough about it. Whew, it's warm out of the wind.
Do you want me to take your gloves?
Sure. Thank you. There is a house tucked in there. Oh, they've got a little screen porch in the back. I think most of these are front approach driveways. Some of the streets have like partial back lanes. I like their gazebo.
Oak tree's massive.
Yeah, all these trees are massive. I think Winnipeg is like one of the greenest like canopy cities in Canada. Like if you flew over it, the percentage of green that you would see versus building tops. Wonder when they're gonna take their reindeer down. Love their front door. I don't know, but that window at the bottom left looks like it used to maybe be a garage door. Or maybe that was a front entrance, I don't know.
I wonder what their property taxes are. If I had to take a guess, I would say 10 to 30,000 a year. Maybe more.
Well, didn't we look? Wasn't it like 14,000? And we were like, how is it that low?
Yeah, that
when
was
the house
low
price is like 5 times. Ooh, it's windy in the treetops. Oh, their front lights are stunning. Very ornate. That was a tear down and a reno. We see that when we go down Wellington. Oh, I'm swinging the camera around, but sorry. This one is so cute. Look at those chimneys. That's original. Like, I think those windows are 80% wood still. Oh, look at that little piece on the side.
Yeah.
That looks old. The front walkway is cute. Holy moly, this one is also massive. Good gracious. I don't think I've seen this one before, eh?
This was under construction.
Yeah.
When we walked here last.
It's got like 3 chimneys. And this is like a giganto version of the type of house I like. The big front porch and the white trim, the timbers. Look at their front doors. Why does it look like they have 3 front doors? Oh, those are the side pieces. That's a looker. Oh, they got big chimneys too. So with chimneys like that, it means wood burning, right?
There's wood burning in there. Well, I not necessarily. They
No?
could be gas, but big ones.
Sheesh.
They're big fireplaces.
Probably one in like a great room or a family room, one in a dining room or a bedroom. They certainly are something to look at. Again, we're back at the river. I'm sure they cleared trees away near the entrance to the park. I don't know why. Something's happening. I don't think I'm gonna walk on the actual little temporary sidewalk because that's mucky as heck. Oh, see this toboggan run they made for themselves?
Mm-hmm.
Told you we'd see people in shorts. Ooh, it's mucky, but that's okay. There, I think you can see. They built up snow to have a huge toboggan run from the back of their house down to the river. That's really cool. Lots of fun. Looks like they made a whopper of a trail for skating here too. And this is the one that we saw from the bridge. They're doing something with logs over there on the water. I recommend getting off the water, whatever. Oh, that was muddy. The house is just as lovely from the side.
It's a new build, but it fits.
It does. It's maintained some of the older style. Oh, their siding's coming off. What's a bummer about that is it looks like aluminum siding, so it would have faded. So they'll probably never find an exact color match. Something that old. Sure is nice when they block traffic from coming down. You don't have to watch out for anything. Maybe they're just making wider trails.
Yeah,
Because they're scraping something away. It used to be like a little dirt trail in there.
Yeah, there was a path on that side. Now it seems like they transitioned
Yeah.
it to this side.
And then maybe we'll go back. Or maybe this will still also become a path. Do you want to go down one or up one?
Go down and then up.
Okay. Nice. The garage is sunken compared to the home, so it's probably split level inside. Oh, these two are cute. Definite original. I think we're still looking at wood windows. Oh yeah, the sidewalks have ended. Those first two streets had sidewalks.
Mm-hmm.
No, they don't. Which is fine because they were heckin' slippery. It's cute. Ooh, I think these guys made a big igloo in their front yard. That's cool. You know, lights around the bottom. Oh, shutters, that's so pretty. That's a redo. Oh, I think this is where the big honey bear is. Or is it a Pooh Bear? Can't tell. I saw it on the news. Oh, it's Winnie the Pooh dipping into the honey pot. Oh yeah, see, they've got a Leo Mole sculpture. See that?
Yep.
With those trees. Look at that, hey? Winnie the Pooh.
I wonder if they hired someone to.
I don't know. You are welcome to take pictures with Winnie. That's cute. Oh my gosh, look at their yard. Oh, and another sculpture. There's like a good number of houses that have like a Spanish feel, hey?
Yeah.
I don't know what that's called. Here comes the wind again. Oh, wood windows. That's like at the cabin. Those must be such a bugger to open and close. Oh, there's an 8 is enough house. Except that's massive. Look how far it goes farther back than it is wide across. I don't know if everybody knows what I mean when I say an 8 is enough house, but if you're of the age that I am, you'll remember the show 8 is Enough. And in the beginning intro, they showed the house and it was like flat white front, shuttered windows. Probably like not as big as this, but so when I see these houses, I call them 8 is Enough houses. Oh my, that's very modern. It's kind of weird. There's like no windows at all on that one half upstairs. Maybe that's a 2-story ceiling, but still, I think I'd want some light coming in. They had a sculpture inside their house, I saw. Like I said though, I do appreciate when people who buy art privately put it on display for all to enjoy in these instances. It's very understated, don't mind that. Oh my, they have like stained glass windows still, and those look original.
I wonder.
Isn't there
what's
like lead in stained glass? Sorry,
the
what?
lot next door.
I think that's their side yard. Like that's their yard. My goodness, the gate to their yard is nicer than our front door. Yeah, that's like their, because they don't have space behind them, so their yard is the side. Yeah, it's cute. They also have some stained glass, or like the lead-lined windows. I didn't think we were supposed to use those still. Being lead and all. Is that a set of prayer flags? I think it is. Nice, flying the prayer flags.
Oh, this is that one where they converted their initial garages to, and then built.
Oh yeah, that looks like a restaurant, eh?
Mm-hmm.
And that corner house is cute. Across the way there. They have like a frosted glass fence the whole way around. That's interesting. I think there's some pretty old ones down here. We figured we did a downtown scene the other day. We'll do a more residential scene for today. Yeah, I commented the frosted glass and glass the whole way around. I'm gonna swing y'all back around. Not entirely sure I like it, but it's not my house, so who cares? These are lovely. updated windows, so maybe a little more energy efficient. Whoa.
Ooh, almost hit that part.
Go around that lake. A lot of houses have those like rain drip chains. Did you notice that? Oh, that one's working overtime. You can see. Well, you probably can't see, but I can see. Like, what is that meant? What is the purpose of those?
Just to not have a downspout. The water just
Oh.
flows in and comes down. Not have a downspout in the way.
But what if it's like pouring rain? It'll just come flying over, won't it?
Yeah, it's hard.
Yeah. I like this. Not a fan of that. I don't think, anyway. Oh, this yellow one's cute. Can I just say again how nice it is to not be cold out here? It is nice to not be cold. Whoa. So given that this was the first COVID Christmas, the mayor of the city actually was like, hey everyone, let's just keep our Christmas lights up a while longer because it's nice to see, it's nice to drive around and see Christmas lights and everything. But at some point, it's March, you can probably take your reindeer inside. But I did like that sentiment though. It's just once there's no snow, it seems weird. But then you think about places that don't get snow. They put Christmas lights up, right? We're just used to associating Christmas with snow, Christmas lights with snow. And that's Winnipeg. But to be honest, we still have our lights up on our back deck. And that might just be a permanent thing, I don't know. Well, they have a little sculpture of a pony. I don't know if you could see that. Oh, that was a nice rink. Boards to keep the pucks from going on the road. It doesn't even look that melted. Oh, that's nice. It's very slippery. I don't want to get hit by a car. Back to the new road part. That looks old. What's odd about this one is none of those windows appear like they open. Am I nuts or do none of those windows open? The windows.
They don't look like they do.
No. That's weird. The one up there does, but that's it. Maybe they open out.
It could be.
I would like to think so. I can't imagine spending all that money to put in new windows and then not being able to open them. Oh, look at the fabric awning. Remember when that was like a thing?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's not a terrible idea. It's just not super aesthetically pleasing. They get a little tattered in the kind of winds that we get. Oh, that was a tear down, a rebuild. This looks very cottagey, looks very like Alice in Wonderland, Snow White type.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's cute. I feel like this one's been in the works for a long time. I think this is the one where we saw like the elevator shaft get put in. Given the squareness of it. Oh, interesting. I would say it's going to be very modern looking. Those poor puppies up there are probably filthy underneath.
I'm not sure if that's a renovation or a tear
I don't
down
remember.
rebuild.
It could be like maybe this lower part was original and they've added on. I don't know. We don't come down here enough to know. Oops, there's a car coming. This was a rebuild. It's not unattractive. It's not my style. Oh, a car pulled in. Oh, more shorts. Holy, this is a big construction project. So the last video, the phone filled up after 1 hour. And when it does that, it just stops. So if I'm ever mid-sentence and then I'm gone, just know that that's when the phone decided it was too full. But the nighttime videos tend to take up way more space than the daytime ones, so we should have a little longer for the daytime. Oh, this is mucky. But that's spring. Do you want to go straight and walk around the Rady campus? $47. So there's actually a YouTuber that we love to watch named Johnny Strides, who does walks around Toronto and the surrounding areas. And I love it when he goes into residential areas, because as you can tell, fascinated with looking at houses. So he was the motivator for us to go and check out some of our pretty residential areas. And so if you're not already following Johnny Strides, I'll put a link to his channel down below in the description. He does a really good blend of like commercial walks in areas and commercial walks. Oh, look how wide these two are. I hope they're not gonna get touched. Oh, it's hot in the sun. Oh my, this is pure mud. So we're at the back of the Rady Community Center? I don't know its official name. We'll have to see around front. I feel like this newer looking section was all built for it. That building up there that we'll see was part of that agriculture college campus. It'd be cool if there was some signage. Maybe there is. I don't know that I've ever gone inside here. Many moons ago, when it was first being opened, Pat's mom worked for the gentleman who was basically responsible for making this happen. And they were having a gala evening for the grand opening. And This gentleman loved jazz, loved piano. Oh dear. We gotta get out of this mud, hang on. Anyway, he loved jazz, he loved piano, so for the gala opening, he wanted a very specific pianist to come to Winnipeg, and they would do dueling pianos on stage at the gala event. So he flew, I believe the pianist's name was Peter Nero, up to Winnipeg. And I think that's one of the coolest things I've seen, was him and Peter doing the dueling pianos on stage at the concert hall. Do you remember that?
Yeah, we actually went to go pick them up in New York.
Yes, we got spoiled. My mother-in-law was tasked with flying down to New York on the company or the owner's jet. And he said, take your family. So we flew to New York for the day. And there was a guy there waiting for us to drive us around and show us some sights. And then at the end of the day, we gathered up Peter, flew him back to Winnipeg. And if I recall, Peter had a whopper of a toothache.
He did.
So your mom was like, this was like pre-cell phone, I think. So she was frantically, like we landed at like, what, 11 at night?
Yeah, it was late.
She was frantically trying to find an emergency dentist to deal with Peter's tooth. Must have done it because he played perfect. So there's a sign for that. That's the Asper Jewish Community Campus. There's the wind.
I remember most about that flight was the pastrami sandwiches.
Oh my gosh, we were so tired at the end of the day. Oh, watch this puddle. I'm gonna wait till the wind is maybe not in our face. We'll turn in up here. It's a little quieter. I have no idea where it goes. It should be fine. So the pastrami story is that my mother-in-law's boss said, don't come back without having a pastrami sandwich from, it might have been Katz's Deli. So our pilot was tasked that day with making sure there was pastrami on rye for us when we got back on the plane. And it was about 4 inches high.
So good.
Of pastrami. But I was so tired that I couldn't even stand the smell of it after a bit. And then the whole plane smelled like pastrami and pickles. Oh, that was a whopper of a day. So this definitely would have been part of the agricultural college. And is now the Gray Academy. Oh, I don't know if we can get out of here. Yeah, I wonder if that's like officially a dog park. Maybe they're just well behaved. So actually that day in New York, we packed a lot in. I mean, it's not stuff we'd probably do if we went back now, but like we went up the Empire State Building, we went into the Met, we drove past Central Park. We walked around a bit. We went to the UN and walked around there. What else did we do? Oh, our driver knew where a few famous people lived, so he showed us. Yeah, I don't think we can get out here.
It was actually a good thing we had a driver at the time, because I don't think I would have found my way around.
We started in Newark, New Jersey anyway, so that would have been our first stumble, is not knowing where the heck to go after that. It wouldn't have been as full of a day, let's say. That looks like a garden there. But it was fun. It was one of the weirder experiences we've ever had. Like, or not weird, but like super random. My mother-in-law calls and is like, hey, you guys want to go to New York for the day on a private plane? Yeah. Oh, and that was before we even needed passports. This was pre 9/11, so we actually saw the two towers. Oh, there's a skating rink. Should we just go back that way?
I think so.
Because we're just gonna be in the wind if we go that way. Well, in that case, I want to peek at this garden. My kid hasn't texted me asking what's for dinner yet, so that's a record. Oh, there's a bunny. I don't know if you can see the art. Oh yeah. There's a few cool pieces in there. It's probably super windy up there. You think this goes to the road, or should we just go on the road?
You think it goes to the road?
I don't know, it just seems a lot less mucky.
Risky.
Yeah, okay. So if you continue on that way, that's Wellington Crescent. You go a kilometer or two and you'll hit the point at which we turned off of Wellington on our walk. River. And that trip to New York actually makes me think, if I had one day, what would I do? And now that I've watched so many walking videos of New York from such awesome creators, that I don't know how I would choose what to see in one day. And none of it is like the touristy stuff. That's the cool part about watching the creators walking in other cities. is they show you a lot of things that aren't on the top 10 things to see in New York for a weekend. Well, that's a good idea. So I started making a list, and I didn't realize how long that list would become. It's pages and pages long of little coffee shops we want to go to, and restaurants to try, and shops to visit, and just streets to be on, and areas to go to, record shops, vintage shops, bridges to walk over. So much to do. I would not turn down another opportunity to go for a day. I'm sure I could figure out a little agenda, no problem. But if we go, it'll be for more than a day. When we go, I should say. When all of this is over, better, vaccinated, whatnot. I think there's another car coming. Oh yeah, we would have been hopping through their yard. It'll be very nice to come back and film in the summer, hey? Things look very different.
The canopy here is insane.
There's so much that you wouldn't be able to see, even. Like, you wouldn't be able to see those houses at all. It's kind of like our cabin. Our cabin is very nestled amongst shrubberies and hedges and trees. And we drove there to check on it in the winter. It's like bare naked. It's very exposed. Oh. I assume the red house is separate from that gray house. We didn't go up this street, so we can go up it to figure out where we left the car. Some of that mud off. The wind.
Stopping up battery?
Yeah, I'm one light down. Oh, somebody turned 4. I can see the little foil balloons in the window. Oh, this is for sale.
So is the lot right beside. Oh, they're building new.
Oh. I guess, oh, somebody's doing laundry. They're using very nice smelling dryer sheets. Oh, that's what it's gonna look like. We got a whoop from somebody. It's pretty. So you can kind of see, if all the leaves were out, how this would just be a giant canopy the whole way down. I can see it with my eye. I assume I can't see much on the screen, but you can use your imagination. With some chairs. I guess now that rinks are melting, it'll be street hockey time for all the kids. The yellow one's cute. Oh my.
That's modern.
That looks like a medical office. It's probably pretty cool inside though, I bet. I like those little dormers. That's nestled in there nice. That corner house is very modern, but it's still attractive. I guess there's a fine line.
Yeah, I think you saw that one from the front. You didn't.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's the colors.
Maybe in the wood and
See, they have those chains too.
yeah, lots of houses have them.
You can see the water coming down that
Yeah.
front chain. It doesn't work very good. It's splash.
Well, yeah. I don't really. I mean, I don't know. Like, do they even have beef troughs? It's just pouring out of all sides of the container that holds the chain. Oh, here's the house with that frosted glass fence. It's different. Oh, and then they have clear glass in spots. They clearly have a metal globe. You can see the shadow. Eh?
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah. Undecided.
Not my thing, but
No. We can go up here. Maybe?
sure.
I'd like to be past this puddle because that last guy did not slow down one iota.
I like the color of this.
Yeah.
Like to be a cabin.
Oh, that's too dark.
That's too dark, you think?
For the cabin? Yeah, I want the cabin to stay nice and light. Do you want to go up here or the next one? Yeah?
Yeah, let's go.
Get away from the giant puddles that no one seems to be slowing down around. This is the house that owns the frosted glass fence. wind. No. I just tuck them in my pockets every now and then. Ooh, that's old. If anyone's living there. Needs a bit of work. A little TLC. Oh, that one's for sale. Apologies for all the wind. Uh, 113, so we'll head down the next street and call it a day. You want to just cut across? Do you think that's a yard? It's kind of a public space. It's not fenced. Gets us out of the wind. Oh my goodness, something smells good. Do you smell that? That smells like hash browns with onions.
That's breakfast.
Ooh. Duck under some trees. This might be a newer stretch, hey?
All I can smell is hash browns
Breakfast.
and onions. Breakfast.
Now that's all we're focused
Can
on.
you still smell it?
Yeah, it's lingering.
I'm hungry.
Well, maybe this is where we'll leave yous and go pick up some breakfast for lunch. Thank you all for coming on our Saturday wander.